Pues ya estamos en vivo y en grabando cuando quieran
Ok.
iniciar.
Oui, bonjour tout le monde. C'est Hamouda et moi qui allons aider à la coordination de la réunion. Je viens de mettre sur le chat l'agenda d'aujourd'hui. Donc, il y a 3 points. Le premier, c'est l'information du comité népalais sur les préparatifs du FSM. Deuxièmement, avancement sur les panels ou les débats euh, politiques organisés par les membres du CI. Et troisièmement, c'est discussion sur la réunion du CI qui aura lieu au Népal. Dans toutes les forums, vous savez, à la fin, il y a une réunion du Conseil international, donc on va vous présenter une proposition d'agenda. Le secrétariat va vous présenter une proposition d'agenda aujourd'hui pour discussion avec vous. Donc voilà, Hamouda, c'est correct, il n'y a pas d'autres points à ajouter?
Non, c'est bon.
OK.
J'aimerais avoir un point sur les vols,
Oui,
peut-être
ça,
après,
oui,
après.
on peut l'ajouter au premier point.
Bon,
Après les informations du comité népalais, on pourrait regarder tout l'aspect vol et voyage et tout ça. C'est pas fait partie du premier point. Ça va, Léo?
ok, merci.
OK, donc, Pierre?
Oui, dans la dernière réunion du CI, j'avais dit que j'étais partant pour faire partie du groupe qui préparait la réunion du CI.
Oui, 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 Pierre.
Oui,
C'est
oui,
pour ça
oui.
qu'on va en parler. On va en parler de ce point-là. Il y a toi, il y a Carminda aussi qui a écrit pour être dans ce comité. Il n'y a
Oui,
rien qui a été fait. C'est juste une proposition. Quand on prendra la discussion, une proposition et le
oui,
comité se mettra en place pour travailler là-dessus.
oui, oui, oui. Oui, c'est ça, Pierre. Donc, on va voir ça au troisième point. OK, donc, moi, j'invite des camarades du Népal. C'est pas qui naîtra ou quelqu'un d'autre faire un rapport à jour de l'avancement de l'aspect organisation. Et après des échanges, c'est Léo qui va parler des voyages, les billets d'avion et tout ça. Euh,
Netra?
Netra?
Okay, thank you. Thank you, friend. Thank you, Amoda,
Sí.
Rosie, and all friends. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Just I will share the screen and go through the quickly, maybe a couple of minutes. So can you see the screen?
Yeah, good.
Great. Okay, thank you. Then just I will move towards this is the general one. So I go from here. The how we are planning the opening of the World Social Forum on 15th February. We have recently uh, in the Nepal Organizing Committee develop a criteria for speakers to be speakers in opening program. That it should be representative from social movements. And then the major movements we identified is that the trade union, peasants, women, feminist movement, people from different people, the sexual minorities, youth. In our region, we call the Dalit, no, excluded people, excluded groups. And then also the activists fighting against hegemony and imperialism. These are some criteria. Okay, and then that should be represented by all continents, all 5, 6 continents, from where all the movements, social movements, and then activists will participate. And maybe if there are large number of speakers will be there, and then we will have the 10 to 12 minutes per each speaker. And also we have if a few speakers are there, and then 10 to 15. we are trying to have some message, solidarity message from UN Secretary General as a solidarity message for our struggles for the social justice and the democracy and human rights. And if you have some connection, the IC members and then other friends, and then we would like to, Nepal Organizing Committee would like to request you to approach, to connect, if we will have a solidarity message. And then also we would like to have a solidarity message from Lula, from Brazil. And then already our colleague from Brazil, they made and handed over a letter. And it is not possible to come, I think, to Nepal or etc. So if our friends from Brazil, they can ask a pre-recorded message or a letter extending the solidarity to the WSF 2024. That will have a meaning to our movements. So that is what on the opening we are trying to make. So, and then there are the emerging. We also already have presented some emerging trends of the programs, the sessions, the assemblies, the forums we were talking about. Okay, and then many of our friends globally, they have registered, they have endorsed their program through the registration process in our website. Many have requested again, they could not make, and then we have agreed to make it later through the email communication, email exchange or WhatsApp exchange, those who are in difficulties. So till today, there are 100 programs, and then we are expecting within 2 weeks, more and more program will be registered. And then our friends will we will be interested to engage with. Among some of the program, there is a feminist forum, very explicitly coming in, climate justice, peace and war, and then Palestine issues, human rights and democracy, civic space, thinking civic space, and then also the exclusion. For example, LGBTQ, Dalit in our Asia regions, and then people with the rights of the people with the disability, and many more. So these are some claims. I am not going to read all. We will share an update starter soon through email. Okay, we'll send you as we sent before. So there will be the big assemblies on the rights of the people to natural resources. So these are some registration. There are the, as of yesterday, there are the 619 registration, more than 100. Today also there are the registration, so more than 100 activities already registered. And there are about 75 countries. They have participated till through the registration process till today. So this is somehow we are in communication with the International Council member. Some of them are arriving early. A few people are arriving on the 16th, as we have received some 16th of January. So we are in communication. And our Asia Pacific Social Forum facilitation team, our comrades, they are regularly visiting to Nepal, and they will also come early, particularly from some friends, APSF and IC members from India. And then also many those organizing the assemblies and then the sessions and the forum, they will be inviting their one kind of the activists and then social activists. For example, International Trade Union Congress, the confederations, they are inviting their own networks and secretary general, etc. maybe if the labor organization, ILO's Asia Pacific Director General, what we heard, but we have not received that database. So that is the momentum our friends have taken to move forward. So we have some forum associated. It is not the directly linked to the World Social Forum, but in the occasion of the World Social Forum, the Parliamentary Forum is still under discussion. If there are some development, and then if some our friends, colleagues from Nepal, they have the idea, later they will share how what is the status. But there are the two issues that our parliamentarian will be going to discuss on the one is the global inequality and the discrimination injustice, and then also this the climate issue, this just energy transition, fossil fuels. Okay, the politics of fossil fuels, etc. So this is the Intercontinental Youth Forum. This is also emerging, coming in very interestingly, and then all the youth across all the continents, they have registered, and then we are expecting more than 500 youths. They will be coming to Kathmandu for international youth, Intercontinental Youth Forum outside of the Asia. So from including Asia, our Intercontinental Youth Forum Organizing Committee, they are expecting more than 2,000 youth from across the globe, across the continent. So this is, and they will be having different topics, and then also they will have the workshop and the youth camp, etc. And then this is, we have already circulated the logistic note. We hope that the logistic note is useful for you. If you have any questions and queries, please let us know the accommodations, and then something travels, the weather, or something else, something you need, the communications, etc. So in terms of the program, we will have the hybrid. We are trying hard to make it all the sessions hybrid to the extent possible, and then interpretations available online. We are also trying to make a solidarity interpretation, volunteer interpretation solidarity. So both from our international IC members, some of the IC members are coordinating, and we are trying to explore in some university in Delhi. So let us see, just exploring. So also we have an idea on the online interpretations that our colleague, our IT team, technical team, they are developing the podcast, and through that podcast, this is the audio, not video. They will listen the interpretations that is happening, So I would like to request maybe our colleagues from Nepal, the IT team, who is working. I would like to request Sandeep to explain about how we are thinking to that this podcast on the interpretation, and then also broadcasting will work. Can you, Sandeep, will you please explain on that? Because we don't have the time to show all the demonstrate, but you could explain. Yeah.
Netra sir,
Yes, please.
if I'm clear.
Speak slowly so that
Sure,
our interpreters, they will understand. Okay.
Sure, I'll make it slow. Is it possible that I can share my screen?
No, you have to be the co-host. Hamoda, can you give to this guy, the Sandeep, the co-host?
Or I have sent you a document in the WhatsApp. You could share it for me, Netra sir.
I'll put you on co-host.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hamoda will do that. And then it will be easy.
Okay, so I'm gonna share you a PDF document.
Just a minute. Okay.
Okay. I think the screen has been shared. Can you see the screen?
Yes, please. Yes, it is okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so very roughly, I have designed a sketch to just make you a brief information surfacely that how we are planning to give the interpretation service through online podcast, or you can say online radio. As we know, there'll be a lot of mass in the open area, and it'll be very difficult for us to provide the interpreted devices for them to hear on the WHF or VSF band. If you're a technical person, you can get that, or a different FM frequency. So what we have planned is that we will send the interpreted signal to our media server and send the signal via a URL to our website. So how we are planning is that if a speaker is speaking from a stage program area, which I have displayed an image over here, a speaker's audio from the program location, we have taken a base language as English. There can be other languages also that will be transferred into English form. And when this language from the stage, the speaking language we will send it through to the Zoom, where the interpreter will be available online to us, who will be translating the language into different languages, the main language. We will capture those different languages. For an example, I have given language 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. A different device will be there, which will be capturing those audio translated or converted interpreted languages. So we'll receive the translated language and send it to our media server. All of the different devices will be having different languages. When it goes to the media server, we will convert it. We will receive the audio signal and convert it to the online radio or podcast URL through our media server, and encrypt the online radio URL to our website audio player. We will design a simple audio player where the participant can come to the website and just play the audio by selecting the language. So it's just a demo language. I have kept the name over here. They will select the language and they can listen to the interpreted different languages into different languages. Now, how is it possible? We need a larger area Wi-Fi connectivity, which we are managing here in the program location. So those program location will be equipped with high internet services, and the audience or the people present in the ground can listen to the interpreted language with the help of their headphones or cell phones. So I made it clear. People will have internet connectivity through Wi-Fi. People participating must have a smartphone to receive the audio language so that they can log into our website and listen to the audio. People must have a headphone to listen the audio clear. So this is the way we plan it. And also I have set up a demo, which is currently we are sending a signal, demo audio signal. So I can share you a URL in the chat box, so you can hear it. Currently we are sending a demo. The demo link will be available to you now in the chat box, so you can try it as well. Let me share it to you in chat box. Okay, here I go, chat. So here is the URL. Even currently we are sending some test signals, audio test signals. Those audios are live audios, live audio is streaming. So if you want, you can go to this link. It's just a test, a trial, which we have done it from the last week. So you can go to the link and listen the audio the way we plan to send it. Similarly, there'll be other different languages interpreted audios
Across the
on the.
globe to take part in the World Social Forum.
So the people who visit there, they can listen to the interpreted audios. So this is all. If there are some question, I'll hand this. Come up to it again. Netra sir, please you can continue.
Great job, Sindhu. Great job.
Thank you. Thank you. Let me again go. I need to go back again, Hamuda. I have a few. I will take only 2 minutes now. Okay.
Go
Yes,
ahead, go ahead,
I have
Nitra.
question to Sandeep. I have a question to Sandeep.
Not now. Let me finish first.
I
And
will
then
be
you note
available.
down.
Let Netra sir finish it. I'll be available here to give you
note
answers.
down
No worries.
here. You note down, and then we will come up with that. Okay, but I am stuck somewhere else. So let me
You
Okay,
stop the
okay.
translation.
Yeah, I am okay. Okay, thank you. So this is the what demo on that. So we will discuss whether we are not sure whether it works, but anyway, we are trying our best. So this is the logistic, and yes, we have a logistic note already we shared, and then we have the coordination with the government. We let the government know about everything what we are doing in Kathmandu, World Social Forum. We already let the media, big media, all the government media, and then private media know about the World Social Forum. And we have also communicated about the traffic police to manage the traffic, and then government, and then district administration office if crime happens or something else. Okay, so everything is now we inform as an organizer to the government. Just today, our secretariat colleague, they went to the government, to the police, to the traffic, and then district, our administration office, local administration office. Okay, and there are some very interesting. I got one Facebook post from the Vice President of the United Nations Conventions on the Rights of the Children. Okay, he has written that. Okay, the man who is pointing his finger, he is the one, the Vice President. He says he writes that brainstorming on the scope of the Global Children's Forum during the upcoming World Social Forum in mid-February, being staged in Kathmandu, Nepal. Okay, so there are some, and also we are in communication of UNICEF office and then UNDP office in Kathmandu, and UN Women, etc. I'm not going in detail. This is our venue planning. Our architect, our friends came up with all the venue management, how we can make a venue very effective place for our deliberation. And these are colleges we used to show you. And then we already have done a coding of the rooms we have available. And then also allocated rooms for the registered program, rooms and then venue, tent, big hall, small hall, etc. According to the record in the registration, number of people and number of hours, they have the request. So this is the now preparatory work that we are doing. How we can make a more connections in the technological connection in our venue, and also dedicated Wi-Fi for opening and panel discussions, etc. And digital platform, digital platform. Anyway, we are talking about making etc. But the Zoom, that is the beyond up to 10,000 people, accessible up to 10,000 people. That cost around $7,000. And then up to 20,000 people, maybe that triple. Okay, more you will have the audience or connection, and then more the Zoom will start. And then if you have some access to the Zoom company, okay, it is a global corporate anyway. But if you have some friends have some connection, if they give to the World Social Forum free of the cost. We have tried from here, but they have not responded. They have not responded to our letter. It is too expensive, around $20,000 or more than that for 20,000 people to get access. But still we are trying to. Today, we spoke with the United Nations of the Nepal government, Nepal office, if they can support of that kind of facilities. They said that we will explore, but we are not sure that if they have the capacity of the 20,000 connection, okay, the numbers. So the venue management is also there, and then we have also started to orienting the volunteers, etc. And these are the samples of the allocating the venue for assemblies and sessions, And then this is the status of the resources. We have adopted very strategy of the low cost, low value purchase. Because we have a very meager resources, so we are trying to make as if a cost efficient as we can. Also, NOC, the Nepal Organizing Committee, will manage the opening and closing, and will provide the spaces within our territory, our program. Sorry? It's okay, Amuda?
Yeah. It's okay.
And then we have a space on town hall owned by the municipality and then tourism board. But the both of them have charged, but that is the self-organized, self-managed by the organizers. They are managing, okay, depending upon the program also, but that is also under the NOC guidelines and NOC regulation, but they are paying themselves on that. And I said that all the programs are self-organized. And then the spaces we have, the secretariat. Because some of our friends, our IC members who are coming early, they were asking for where is the secretariat? The secretariat is the center of the town. And then that organization called NGO Federation of Nepal. It is more than 8,000 is the network of the 6,000 civil society organizations of Nepal, a network that has provided the free of the cost. We don't have to pay rent for that. So that is the big spaces we have available for the secretariat. So that is the resource part. And okay. And also we have a small number of staffs, and then with a very minimum cost covering approach. Some of the staffs are allocated by some organizations who are in Nepal and NOC, National Organizing Committee, and we are providing some small stuff into them from the registration fee. So we also wanted to be cost effective on that. Mostly done the voluntary work, okay, by the organizing committee members. All they are volunteers. So sources of the resources we have is the partial contribution from the organizations who are engaging in as we said before, the local office of ExxonAid, the NAXPAM, and then some others, no? And then there are some commitment from Bread for the World, as we already said before, but not yet confirmed. They will confirm only at the end of the January or first week of February. So we have the registration fee. We will be collecting the food and exhibit from the exhibition stalls, and then also we are requesting that our partners to directly purchase the services. For example, Zoom, Wi-Fi, online broadcasting, documentation, and other services. For example, the tent and temporary restroom, etc. We are requesting to them to direct purchase from their sites, including the spaces for cultural performance, etc. That will reduce our burden of the cost that we have to raise. So all the interpreters interpretation work is being supported by the Solidarity, including if we get in India, in Delhi, that will be also the Solidarity. We are communicating with them. Okay, thank you, friends. If you have the comments and then some suggestions, that all your comments and feedbacks are welcome. And then our colleagues in NOC, they will also respond if the question relates to them, because we have many committees, so working that under their own TOR. So they will respond on the logistic. There is a separate committee on the program. There is a separate committee on the coordination. There is a separate committee. So thank you, Amuda. Thank you, friends. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Netra, for all the job you done. Maybe
Yes,
Pierre-Georges.
thank you very much. Congratulations. Ben, merci beaucoup, puis félicitations. C'est vraiment une belle présentation. Merci, Netra. Donc, maintenant, Pierre, il a demandé la parole. J'imagine que c'est pour poser des questions, faire des commentaires par rapport à la présentation. Après ça, ça serait Léo. Donc, là, maintenant, c'est le moment des échanges et des questions. Alors, Pierre.
Yes, thank you, Marcella. I have a question to Sandeep. How many activities in parallel can this system you are presenting manage? Is it only one session, like the opening, or it can be 5 sessions like the thematic panels in the morning of the 16, 17, 18, or it can be more than 5? So please explain how do either the thematic panels that will be 4 or 5 in parallel, or self-organized activities that will be maybe 10 or 15 parallel, how to access this capacity of having a broadcast through the website. So that's a question, very precise question. Second, a suggestion to Netra or would be to set up a group that will be giving recommendation for hybridization, because maybe some organizations are new to organizing hybrid meetings. When we look at the 100 bottom-up activities announced, half of them more or less, or I mean a significant proportion is saying hybrid. So maybe not to have a group that is going to service, but a group that can make some recommendation and test, help people to envision how they will have to prepare to organize themselves the hybridization of their activity. I think this would be good to have a help, because people need to come to Kathmandu with some equipment. They have to know, they can train by making online meetings plus local meetings somewhere. So if this group can stimulate people to train to have good preparation of the hybridization. So just a suggestion to have a group based in Kathmandu, helping with the recommendation, promoting tests, etc. So people understand that they will have to organize this hybridization of their activity and how they can do it and what they have to prepare. So that's just the second point. So 2 points, one question to Sandeep and one suggestion to the NOC. Thanks.
Shall I respond to the question per actress?
Yeah, go ahead, Sandeep.
Okay. So the plan which I shared right now is for the mass, because as Netra sir said us, the Zoom for 20,000 or 30,000 people is very expensive. And why we were looking for the Zoom of 20 to 30,000 is that is for the interpretation which they are supposed to listen on the floor they are. And when we get the Zoom in the expensive, it's just very expensive, we are trying to find its alternative, a cheaper alternative, so that we don't need to make more expenses on Zoom. So currently what we are planning is that the system which I have displayed you right now, the online podcast or online radio platform where they get the interpretation service, different audio, is for the mass, which will be there present in the opening and or in the closing or any other assemblies which has got a larger number of people presenting at a time. Now, when you talk about the different panel discussions or different side activities, you say the side activities will have a lesser number of people according to our plans. When they have a lesser number of people, they could, for the interpretation, they can use the Zoom or other platform which can handle the less number of people. For the system, what I've introduced today is for the larger number of people. So this is the plan for the larger number of people.
Yes, Sandeep, but just like the schedule of the forum says in the morning, there will be 4 to 5 thematic panels that are supposed to be 500, 1,000, 2,000 people. So is this, when you have 5 of them in parallel, are you just to have select one that will benefit from the scheme you have presented, or can they have all the 4 have the benefit?
We can have all the 4s at the same time. We can like select the panel and similarly the language. We can give that interface as per the requirement of the organizers. We can give it. It's not a big deal because we have got a media server. We can accumulate a lot of numbers, but we need to have also the interpreters available for different programs. The number of interpreter we have, the number of URL we'll create and we'll throw it into the website. Now people are responsible to select their theme or their language and listen to the audio if you want parallel differentiation. But currently what I was showing is for the main opening ceremony, where we'll have 30 to 40,000 of people in the ground as well, where we are having the program. So why we planned for this online system is that if we go for the interpreted devices in a ground, in a public mass area, we can lose a lot of devices, and it'll be again a big loss to the organizer because they have to pay it if they lose the devices. So this is the alternative for the mass people. We have also got the other interpreted physical devices available in Nepal. If they need a physically in a hall, in a room, we can provide that as well. If you lesson number, or we have got Zoom available for 1,100 people, so that can be utilized. Just Zoom is very expensive for 40 or 50,000 people. So we just planned for alternative for that. On the basis of this, we have created the online radio system. So that is the thing. Yeah. I think I'm clear.
Yeah, you're clear, but those mass things are the opening. In between, there is no mass thing of 20,000. So that's why I'm just asking about the thematic panels. We are supposed to be around 1,000 people each or more, 2,000, and it'll be 5 in parallel. So that's very precise point. But thank you. I think you've said it was possible. So
it's possible. We can do that as per the requirement of the organizers.
Je crois que la réponse. Merci, Sandep. Je pense que la réponse est claire. Ouais. Léo, et après aussi.
I'm going to speak in English. On the one hand, when you put out on the different charts, you have a particular one on the assemblies, and I didn't see the big assembly we are supposed to have the last day, assembly of struggles and resistances of the WSF. Where do you put that? Second question is a little bit taking up what Paco said last time. The panel, not the self-organized event, but the 4 or 5, 4, let's say, big panels which we are supposed to construct in 6 o'clock in the evening, we said. Is that in the same space as other events, or is it in a compact building also for the sound and everything like that? And then I have questions with regard to the air transportation, but this is a separate point.
Okay, let me respond that, Leo. This is in the university class or the town hall. So it is in different one. Well, there will be no disturbance. Paco raised the issue there in the secretariat meeting. So I clarified at that time. So we are mindful of that. The one assembly or a session should not disturb the another one. So all these are the university room, all the what is surrounded by wall, one classroom to another classroom. So I don't think that there will be much problem. And then we will make a in between some testing way as well. If that in the tent, there will be only 5-6 tent. All other 50s of the rooms are the building rooms, already building rooms. So I don't think that there will be the much disturbance. But we are mindful of that, considering that aspect as well.
Okay.
¿Ya sigo?
Sí, Rosy.
Ok. Bueno, muchas gracias a los compañeros de Nepal, de Netra, son de todo el grupo facilitador. Yo quisiera hacer dos comentarios. Por un lado, lo que tiene que ver con lo híbrido, las transmisiones. Evidentemente, la plataforma Zoom, creo que el portugués está saliendo el canal de español. Sí, cambia. Si cambia el intérprete, vaya a la cabina de portugués. Gracias. Em, Podemos utilizar, bueno, en México utilizamos para hacer tanto en el Foro Social Mundial virtual como en el presencial, la plataforma, aunque más en el virtual, la plataforma de StreamYard, que es una plataforma para hacer transmisiones. Teníamos hasta 10 canales abiertos y logramos hacer transmisiones en el mismo momento en YouTube, vía pasarlas a francés, a inglés, a portugués, a español y a una opción que le llamábamos Babel, donde salían el idioma, el audio original o el audio de salida principal. Esto que plantea Sundep me parece muy, o Sundep, me parece muy interesante que salga a manera de podcast. Pues creo que se puede hacer, en vez de conectar al Zoom a la salida de audio, se podría hacer un canal de Zoom no tan caro, no para 20,000 personas, porque eso es inalcanzable para nadie y no creo que la ONU lo vaya a pagar o la UNESCO o quien sea, porque no tienen dinero tampoco. Pero bueno, hay que hacer los intentos que se puedan. Pero se pueden hacer estas otras vías. No sé si StreamYard se tenga acceso por allá. No es muy caro. Se puede contratar por un mes. Entonces, bueno, se puede hacer ahí. Y la otra cuestión de las asambleas, Leo, bueno, que mencionaba Leo, yo creo que tenemos que irla preparando. Aún no la inscribimos porque evidentemente queríamos que fuera una asamblea de todas las luchas y resistencias, porque pues queremos que estén todos los movimientos, pero seguramente como dice Netra, va a tener que ser simultánea y vamos a ver a quién convocamos. Creo que esa va a ser una cuestión. Em, bueno, es lo que hay otros canales también, yo vi que son como 8 idiomas los que se están planteando. Yo no sé si vamos a tener la posibilidad para sacar todos los idiomas con todos los equipos de intérpretes, porque bueno, aquí en el Consejo Internacional tenemos un equipo de intérpretes voluntarios, son bastantes, pero no todos pueden, porque bueno, todos son voluntarios y lo hacen cuando pueden. No les damos ninguna retribución, a veces un reconocimiento, pero no hay retribuciones económicas. Entonces, esto puede, ojalá lo tuviéramos para también animarles a que se unan. Y bueno, pues eso, seguir buscando estudiantes, intérpretes que puedan ayudar de manera voluntaria. Sander, creo que ibas a decir algo, no sé. Gracias. Era eso.
Gracias. Merci. Sandep?
Yeah. Thank you. So the thing is that you were talking about StreamYard, which we can use to stream via YouTube. Now, what is the thing why we went towards the podcast rather than going to the YouTube? The thing is that YouTube, when we transmit signals on YouTube, it takes a higher bandwidth of the internet because we need to send the video signals with the audio. So when we consume a higher bandwidth, again, it will be difficult for the people of a mass to get to connected to it, and they might lose the signal or break it down. But when we go with the podcast or online radio, the audio can go continuously, smoothly into very smooth. So that is the reason I'm not going for the video. I could have used the YouTube, but again, I said there is a problem with the YouTube is that we need to send the video signal with the audio. We just can't say the audio signal. If minimum we need to send 480p of video quality. And that if the 20,000 people can log in simultaneously at the same time, the YouTube of that signal may get down. So that is the reason why we are using the audio platform rather than using the video transmission with audio. So that is so simple because of the internet balance. And second thing is that maximum of the people don't use the premium account of YouTube. Now, what is the problem is that when you have a cell phone, you are if you want to listen to the YouTube, you have to keep your screen open. And if you mistakenly just close the screen, you will lose this audio. But in the podcast, you can play the audio in the background and listen it continuously without any issues. So that is the reason, two reasons for which we have not gone to the video rather than going towards the podcast. Thank you.
Video will come from the what is called Facebook, YouTube through the live broadcasting.
There will be a signal. Yeah, there will be a live. That is different thing. Live is streaming,
Yes.
clean feed signal. We will be providing so that medias can take it away. Similarly, we will be providing a clean feed RTMP signal so that television channels can take it away and post it to the television channel. So that is different thing. And this is for the interpretation. Okay. Thank you.
Merci, Sandeep.
Hi, thanks for the efforts. Sandeep, a question. Some of the meeting or the assembly that I have not 20,000 people, 5,000, maybe has just 100, 200, I don't know the scale, will have the video transmission. So the streaming. So if I have someone that speak from Italy, for example, for France, we can see them like you did for the press conference that launched the forum. We will have this. This is my question.
So like you want some people to be connected virtually to a program?
Yeah, what I ask if when we have an assembly, for example, that is hybrid, and we have some speaker in different country that are not in Nepal, but they are we say important people. They can be connected also maybe not with the HD quality, but with a small quality, so we can see them in the face when they talk. So we have the video. If they have the video, for example, there is a group or a single speaker that are like me now in front of the computer now, and when he's intervene in the meeting, for example, Glacier, we have a scientist or someone from Europe, and he wants to speak because we make a schedule that we have from Nepal a speaker, from the people that physically arrive in Nepal, and then we have some other around the world. It is possible to have them because this is very important.
Yeah, it's possible because when we go to the analysis or the assembly, they will have if they need to connect virtually, some people they will have the Zoom, and we will provide this projections and all that, so they can be connected. It's not a big deal. Even in the opening ceremony, we are planning to keep big screens, LED screens, so that if some speakers are there worldwide, we can include their their voice as well. So in the halls also there will be projectors. You can attend in the screen and then get connected to them, and that's not a big issue because all the parallel session and all the assemblies area will be equipped with internet, so that'll not be a problem.
Okay, no, thank you, because I know how is the TV, so I know if you have to put for example one camera inside or two camera, you need someone that push the button to change the camera.
We might need if there's a big cell, we might have some cameras, capture cards, again streaming platform. So we'll do that. We will make your support for that. No worries.
Okay, thank you. Just to know, because I have to present a project, so I need to know.
Sure. I'll be there to support. I'll personally support you. Not a big deal.
Okay. Thank you. Namaskar. Dhanyavad.
Namaskar. Dhanyavad.
Okay, Hamouda?
Oui, je vais parler en français. Moi, c'est une question pour Netra. Quand vous avez fait la présentation, où vous avez parlé de 3 espaces ou 4 espaces où il va y avoir le forum, est-ce que c'est des espaces un à côté de l'autre ou il faut se déplacer c'est-à-dire, est-ce que l'espace est proche? C'est-à-dire qu'on n'a pas besoin de se déplacer beaucoup, prendre des taxis et aller, c'est juste à côté, juste des questions comme ça pour pouvoir
No,
avoir.
no, 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 that's fine. These are all together, nearby, just 10 meters away, one room to another room, maybe 10 meters, 20 meters, like that. No taxi, etc. All the program will be in one place, maybe within 2 to 3 minutes walking distance, all.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Merci Netra Hamouda. Ça fait 1 heure qu'on le premier point, donc il nous reste 1 heure de réunion. Alors on va passer au 12e point, que ce sont les activités organisées par les membres du CI, les panels. Et pour faire un portrait de la situation, je sais pas, Hamouda, est-ce que tu pourrais, on a discuté au secrétariat, tu pourrais faire une présentation
Excuse-moi,
avec...
on avait dit que le transport
Ah,
aérien.
Oui,
excuse-moi.
vas-y Léo,
Vas-y,
vas-y Léo.
Léo, excuse-moi, j'avais oublié. Oui, Léo.
I don't know which language to speak. I stay with English. There are about 60 requests from 18 different countries, which ask for air travel. We are now that of those, not those who came in the last moment, but those who have registered before, we have already a code. I will put again it's by cities, ordered. I will put it in the chat again so that everybody, it's important, everybody should download these different ways. I wanted to say that since for certain countries, the Americas and so on, it's quite far away. Kathmandu, there are several transportations which require a one-night stay in Istanbul, and there the hotel, I will send also around how to manage that. The hotel, you can request up your until your arrival in Istanbul. I underestimated, to be frank, the work that has to do. I'll never be a travel agent. And I would like to ask those who have asked for some other people than themselves to make a reservation, like for instance Hamuda or Rita, or well, everybody knows that if you could do me the favor, when I send to you the reservations, and I need to have a confirmation with a deadline on the 15th of January. Automatically, everything which is not in the system confirmed cannot go after the 15th of January. So I would like to ask the different colleagues to take care of the confirmation by the people who are whom they have originally asked for, because it's tremendous work to do it individually. And the last thing is an appeal to our friends from Nepal. In nearly all, I think all of the World Social Forums, there has been a certain amount of the budget reserved for travel costs, especially for people from Africa and also Latin America and so on. We have, for instance, I know from Eastern Europe, we have only one person who can afford to come for this whole region, tremendous region, including Russia and others. Isn't there a possibility to reserve a certain amount, I don't know, 10,000, 15,000 or something, so that people from these regions who otherwise wouldn't be represented can come to Kathmandu? Thank you.
Merci Léo. Hamouda?
Et, une question pour Léo. Le message que tu nous as envoyé avec les gens n'arrivent pas à faire la réservation avec le code. Je ne sais pas comment ça se passe parce que on a envoyé, les gens essayent de rentrer dans le site de Turkish Airlines pour voir leur réservation ou faire la réservation. Comment le code, il faut qu'il soit mis, et toutes ces questions-là. J'ai donné ton numéro de téléphone et ton mail aux personnes pour qu'ils te contactent, parce que moi-même, je ne peux pas leur répondre. Voilà.
C'est très simple. Maintenant, il y a le code qui est valable pour le voyage, mais le code n'est pas encore en fonction jusqu'à ce qu'il y a le paiement, c'est naturel. Sinon, chacun pourrait faire son propre ticket. Le procès de habiliter le code, c'est d'abord la confirmation, parce que il y a des volontés, changements de date et autres, le nom n'est pas bien écrit et tout ça.
Je veux juste savoir, Léo, comment le process, comment faire? Est-ce qu'il faut payer, il faut faire la réservation, payer le billet, après il y a une réduction, il faut juste qu'on sache comment ça se passe.
Non, 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 non. Il y a déjà, la réduction est déjà calculée. Il y a dans chaque ville, il y a, disons, le compte final. Maintenant, on veut obtenir la confirmation, et à la suite de la confirmation, vous allez tous recevoir le moyen de paiement, compte bancaire ou carte de crédit. Je ne sais pas exactement comment ils vont merger. Et à partir du moment que l'argent est arrivé, le code est libre. Le code, pour le moment, seulement est une indication pour la réserve, pour pouvoir trouver la réservation. Mais
Mais parce que les gens, ils s'inscrivent. On ne va pas rester. C'est mieux de peut-être parler directement avec toi pour ne
Oui.
pas mettre ça long par rapport à tout le monde. Mais parce que ça ne marche pas. On a essayé, ça ne marche pas. Essayé de trouver le nom, ça ne marche pas. On a rentré le code, ça ne marche pas. On a rentré le code de réservation, ça ne marche pas. Donc, c'est pour ça que j'ai donné ton numéro à Driss et Aziz qui viennent de Bruxelles pour te contacter, pour comprendre comment fonctionne le truc. Voilà.
oui, 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 c'est comme ça que ça sera effectif à partir du moment que le billet est acheté,
OK. OK, donc si
pas avant.
on se comprend bien, Léo, les gens, ils doivent communiquer avec toi directement et confirmer leur vol, les dates et tout
Oui,
ça, nom, date. Et après ça, les gens, ils vont recevoir l'information, la confirmation, et à ce moment-là, les gens, ils vont payer.
oui,
OK.
c'est ça.
Est-ce que c'est clair pour tout le monde, ça? OK, donc là, je pense que s'il n'y a pas un autre point, on pourrait passer à la deuxième partie. C'est les panels organisés par les membres
Ah,
du...
pardon, je voulais peut-être que Netra ou quelqu'un euh, en ce qui concerne l'autre point du budget pour des gens qui...
Ah, la
euh,
demande pour l'aide financière pour représentants de l'Europe de l'Est, c'est
oui.
ça? Ça naîtra?
Okay, Leo, we will try, but very less likely that we will get the money for the travel. Even we could not support the Palestinian friends. We wanted to support, very much support to the Palestinian friends, but we could not make the contribution to the Palestinian friends, and they are struggling. So we will try, because money is there. All the partners, they say no for the travel, etc. And they will, the Nepal-based partners. And then international partners, we don't have any connection. As IC members, you all, for the working for the last many years, if you have some connection and let us know, we will write them. But it is only 4 weeks now. We have requested long before with our IC members and other friends, and then also made an appeal, but we didn't receive any funding from the outside. The funding we are raising from the domestically, and the domestic fund they will not allow us. That is the restricted one to travel from Latin America, etc. That is the problem we will have, and then we didn't have much experience and that access to raise the funding. So we are going to organize with a very meager funds. That's why we are
What
talking about the
about
low cost.
what about a bread for the world in
Brought for the world
Germany?
money is not available for the travel. And then that is not decided yet. That is not the money. They have not decided the grant yet. They will decide the grant only first week of the February. And then by the second week, we need the money. So we are what is called very much the not in a kind of the confusing stage, no? There's a 100,000 anyway that we are planning to spend on our all the tent making, all the Zoom, etc. That what we are talking about, the necessary things. The travel is also necessary. Yes, your point, we very much in support of your point, your perspective that we should support the people from those who can not make. But we'll try, but we can't guarantee now because we couldn't make that able to raise that money yet. So we are struggling ourselves, covering the cost of the core functions, the tent making, the Wi-Fi, and then some secretariat, the internet, okay, some devices are like that. So we are in the dilemma because the decision also came very late. will not decided bread for the world. So this is their process, their regulations. They will only declare their grant if they will provide by the first week of the February. So what we should do with the first week of February, we can spend only on the logistic in Kathmandu. From
So
that,
what I will
from
do
that fund,
is
from, yeah, yes, please.
what what going to do is to collect the requests and forward them to you, and you will see if there is some funds for that or not.
That's fine. That's fine. But we have we were not allowed to make a travel cost at that time as well. We already submitted the budget. Okay, we already submitted the budget to them because they need 2 months prior submissions. They have their own cycles of the project approval. They have to follow. So we have submitted it the 1.5 months before. But that budget, the travel budget line, we don't have the international travel budget line on that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much,
you.
Netra. Thank you so much, Netra. We know that from the beginning that there is no money
Merci.
for that. Tout va bien?
OK, merci. Fabien.
Oui, non, sur ce point-là, avant de passer rapidement, j'espère, au point suivant, je crois que depuis le début, on a vu que le point faible de notre Forum social mondial était effectivement la participation financière internationale. Et de ce fait, il faut s'organiser par continent ou par réseau. Je ne crois pas que ce soit le comité d'organisation népalais qui peut répondre aux interrogations que nous pouvons tous nous poser, parce que ce qui est vrai pour l'Europe de l'Est est vrai pour l'Afrique, c'est vrai pour l'Amérique latine, et c'est vrai y compris dans nos propres pays. Donc, nous avons fait marcher des petits réseaux locaux qui a permis à quelques-uns de participer. C'est le réseau par exemple, le CCFD amène du monde par le CCFD, Emmaüs amène du monde par le Emmaüs. Nous, Attaque et CRID, on essaye de faire de notre côté. Je crois que c'est nos réseaux locaux, et puis les réseaux habituels comme Rosa Luxembourg, etc., qu'il faut essayer de mobiliser, mais pas en passant obligatoirement par le comité d'organisation népalais, en agissant par réseaux continentaux ou intercontinentaux. Voilà mon sentiment. Je reprendrai la parole pour le deuxième point qui me semble devoir être urgent maintenant d'aborder.
Oui, mais merci, Fabienne. Donc, on va passer au deuxième point, qui s'agit des panels des activités par les membres du CI. Alors, il y a des comités qui sont en train de les organiser. Je ne sais pas si quelqu'un veut faire un portrait global de l'état des organisations. Je ne sais pas, Hamouda ou quelqu'un du secrétariat.
Moi, je pourrais juste renommer les panels.
Oui.
On donnera la parole sur la question Palestine, on donnera la parole à Youssef.
Ouais.
Sur la question des mouvements des femmes, on donnera la parole à Rosie. Sur le racisme et tout ça, il y a Fabien, quelqu'un avec Fabien. Patricia sur celui de l'FMI et des protections sociales. Et non, plutôt le néolibéralisme, la Banque mondiale et tout ça. Puis Léo au TORD par rapport au panel sur la paix, sur le climat. Donc on commence par Youssef.
OK, Youssef.
Hello, you hear me?
Yes.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. Thank you. To speak about the workshop that Hamoud and Ali and me are responsible about, we will have the version and the nominated names in the coming end of this week or beginning of next week. We are working with the Palestinians World Social Forum, and one of the Palestinian Social Forum, he wrote an idea that it's participated with us, and then we'll send it to agree on it. We are thinking that there will be the Palestinian speaker, and then we have also from the Arab countries another speaker, maybe from Tunis, and we are looking for participants who will be in Nepal, from Africa, Europe, or Latin America, and Asia. So all this, we are going on, and we hope end of the week, beginning of next week, we will give more details about this. Just because I don't know if it's the time now to speak about, in general, all the preparation of the Palestinian Social Forum and the Palestinian delegation now, or I could speak about it end of the meeting, because we have some questions for Netra and the committee in Nepal. So if you want me to speak now, or I could postpone it after all the workshop finishing discussion.
Si, vas-y.
Yeah, I speak now.
Yeah, Yusuf.
Okay. Okay. Just because we were thinking we have a meeting for the Palestinian Social Forum and the Mashriq Maghreb Forum, and the idea was that how in this situation and on the attack and the genocide that is happening in Gaza and the attack everywhere in Palestine, in Ramallah, in Nablus, in Jerusalem, everywhere, how we could present the Palestinians in this World Social Forum, as it's very important also, as we are part of Asia, not only, but also in general. So we were thinking, and I speak to Netra before maybe 2 weeks, and we asked some stuff that we need really to start to prepare it and to go on. The idea is, first of all, that if we, the Nepali committee, could present for the Palestinian tent inside the venue, inside the university, that it could be for Palestine, and many discussion and meetings and welcoming, and we will have some maybe logistic. We need some logistic things we would need to bring some photo or maybe sound system and other things, if that's possible from the Nepalese committee to be. And of course, also because of this preparation, if it's possible from the volunteers that in the Nepali committee that could be directly talking with us. And I know that tomorrow the alternatives, they are sending also 2 volunteers from Canada, also Pierre from Creed, they sent some volunteers. I don't know if some of them could be helpful for us, like directly to speak to them and to have this information, as also we will have to print positions and photos about Gaza and the situation in Gaza, the journalist issue, the hospitals issue. So there is many things that we are thinking how to present Palestine in this World Social Forum, that really we need help and support on this level. On the other side, maybe Netra, he spoke about it also. The situation for us is not easy, even to have travel tickets, even for the speakers, especially for this workshop. Until now, we have this problem. Me and Hamoud and Ali, we spoke a lot about this. And also for the accommodation, even because Netra, he told us, thanks for this also, that the Nepalese will give like between 3 to 4 accommodation for the Palestinian delegation. We are trying also to have some people from Gaza, as everybody knows that nobody is going or coming to Gaza, but we hope that could be some changes that will give us the chance to bring really people from the field, from working on the agriculture or health or youth or women, so all these kind of topics. So those 2 things, like the tent and the logistic point person that could help us for this and give us in touch also to spread the information with the committees. Like this is what we are trying to do when we are talking about people are coming from India or over Pakistan or even around Nepal, also to get in touch with them, how we could work with them. Netra spoke about 2,000 youth. Also from our delegation, there will be youth. Also, it's very important for us to get in contact with them. And now with the Palestinian organization, really, they try now to start to register. We know we are late, but to make this point very important that we wasn't thinking about the social forum or other activity in the world. We are just thinking about our people in Gaza, and this is taking a lot of time from us. And this is really wasn't easy even to start the dynamic to participate and to push the organization and the people, even to go out from West Bank. It's not easy. As before, the situation, we don't know how it could be. Maybe someone will go out and he can go in because the political situation and the security situation is changing all over. So this is in general. I don't know, Hamoud, you want to add about this also?
No, nothing.
Thank you.
Merci, Youssef. Peut-être il y a des questions plus en lien à la question palestinienne ou les activités qui vont avoir lieu, l'organisation. Peut-être, je suggère qu'il y ait une discussion peut-être avec vous, qu'organisez les activités directement avec Netra plus tard, à un autre moment, parce qu'il y a beaucoup de questions plus d'ordre logistique, pas politique, mais aussi d'ordre logistique. Peut-être on n'aurait pas le temps d'en discuter ce matin. Mais
if it's possible, we could make a meeting with Netra, with Hamoud, and to see this after. So if Hamoud and Netra agree on this, that will be good.
C'est ça, je suggère de faire une réunion à part, juste parce que c'est des choses, un événement important, puis tout ce qui va voir avec la Palestine, ça va être très, très important. Donc, je pense que ça mérite une réunion à part entre l'équipe les comités d'organisation de Népal, puis Hamouda peut être là aussi. OK, donc si vous êtes d'accord, on va laisser ça comme ça, puis on va, parce qu'il y en a d'autres. Fabien, il veut poser une question par rapport à la Palestine, j'imagine?
C'est plus sur le principe général d'organisation. Je pense que ce qui serait bien, c'est pas que pour la Palestine, c'est pour les 5 panels, qu'il y ait comment dire, un réseau WhatsApp, un groupe WhatsApp qui se forme et que l'on puisse faire connaître par le biais du CI qui est ou quels sont les noms de ces groupes pour que les gens s'incorporent au groupe, de manière à ce qu'on on agglutine le maximum de personnes intéressées à travers les membres du CI et à travers les membres du CI d'autres membres, d'autres organisations, pour créer une plus grande dynamique possible autour de chaque panel. Parce que sinon, ça va être un petit groupe qui va proposer et tout le monde va découvrir, alors qu'il y a des sujets comme la Palestine qui intéressent très largement. Donc, il y a peut-être d'autres personnes qui voudraient s'inscrire. Donc, c'est une chose de discuter éventuellement avec Netra toutes les questions logistiques et d'organisation, mais sur le fond politique de comment ce débat peut avoir lieu, que ce soit ce panel ou les 4 autres panels, ceux qui sont intéressés devraient pouvoir s'y inscrire en faisant connaître les groupes. Et je pense qu'à partir de demain ou après-demain ou plus tard, on doit pouvoir lancer rapidement les 4-5 groupes qui s'organisent autour de ces 5 thèmes. Voilà, c'est ça que je voulais dire.
OK, merci. C'est une proposition que je pense que c'est bienvenu. Patricia déjà y a manifesté son accord. Rita maintenant. Puis, OK, on a les présentations des comités qui organisent les panels. Donc, j'aimerais, si c'est pour ça, je ne sais pas si Rita est dans l'organisation d'une des panels, mais après ça, ça serait aussi à Rossi, Patricia.
Posso falar depois, era...
OK. Ok,
uma agenda
Ça marche.
sobre
Donc là, j'invite Rossi.
participativa.
Rossi, est-ce que tu peux faire une présentation sur le comité, sur les panels sur la question de lutte des femmes? Mais je demande max 3 minutes par présentation, comme ça on va avoir quelques minutes pour échanger après. Donc, les prochaines personnes qui doivent parler, je lui demande un maximum de 3 minutes. Ok, Rossi. Rita, je te laisse pour plus tard. C'est Rossi maintenant.
Não, não, eu falo depois.
Si. Rossi. Hmm. Bon, Rossi ne répond pas. Donc, Patricia,
Bonjour à tout le monde.
bonjour.
Donc, nous, on essaye de voir quelle orientation donner au panel, on va mettre entre guillemets néolibéralisme. Alors, pour rejoindre ce que disait Fabien, on est un groupe déjà, on communique nous par mail, mais on pensait faire une boucle plutôt Telegram d'ailleurs, avec donc des représentants d'attaque, Kamal, Jack de Côte d'Ivoire et Daphné du Québec. On a rédigé un petit texte. Alors, pour revenir sur les participants, oui, c'est sûr qu'il faudrait qu'on ouvre à d'autres personnes et notamment, nous, notre idée, c'est vraiment d'avoir chaque continent représenté. Donc là, il nous manque Amérique latine et Asie pour vraiment avoir une approche altermondialiste de ce panel. On voudrait, donc il y a un petit texte qui circule entre nous, qu'on a court, d'une demi-page, un petit peu plus, pour expliquer qu'en fait, on ne veut pas s'inscrire dans une énième critique du néolibéralisme, parce que ces approches-là, on les a beaucoup faites, même si on voudrait bien montrer que finalement, il y a des applications, enfin, le néolibéralisme a des conséquences assez universelles, mais c'est vrai qu'il y a quand même des spécificités par zone, donc d'accord. Mais on voudrait surtout mettre l'accent, nous, sur l'avenir. Et donc, à partir d'expériences concrètes, pour essayer de résister à ces forces dévastatrices néolibérales, quelles sont les alternatives déjà qui existent et celles qu'on pourrait mettre en place. Avec l'idée d'avoir à la fin du panel, il nous semble que c'est ça l'intérêt de ces panels, une déclaration, ou en tout cas des propositions vraiment altermondialistes. Donc voilà où on en est. Donc il nous reste encore. Alors on n'a pas. Jack sur la Côte d'Ivoire est prêt à intervenir pour le continent africain en ligne. Donc oui, les questions logistiques, il faudra les voir. Nous, on a Yann qui arrivera au Népal le 16 janvier. Et puis ensuite, Sheima qui arrivera, je crois, le 1er février. Donc, pour les questions logistiques, on se dit que sur place, ça sera plus facile. En revanche, pour l'orientation politique, vraiment, de ce panel, eh bien, on aimerait élargir, oui, notre groupe de travail de manière aussi à se mettre d'accord sur des participants et d'autres participants que Jack. Donc, voilà à peu près où on en est pour ce panel, donc, avec une approche néolibéralisme, mais comme vous le savez, le néolibéralisme, enfin donc Banque mondiale, multinationale, on veut mettre l'accent sur comment on pourrait résister à cet empire des multinationales aussi. Donc bon, voilà.
Merci,
Globalement.
merci Patricia. Hamouda, c'est concernant cet panel ou c'est d'ordre
Oui,
général?
oui, oui,
Ok.
oui, oui, oui.
Ok,
Pas
donc,
juste le panel de Patricia
Rossi.
ou celui de Palestine, mais c'est juste, je pense que je vais laisser Rossi parler avant et après je fais mon
Oui,
commentaire.
ok. Rossi, une présentation sur le panel de lutte des
Gracias,
femmes.
que estaba ocupada, ya no podía responder. Sí, bueno, nosotras como mujeres nos hemos reunido ya desde el año pasado, tuvimos 2 reuniones y este año nos hemos reunido también esta semana, bueno, ayer, no sé tantas reuniones que hay. Y todavía, bueno, es el grupo que nació desde el Foro Social Mundial Virtual, que todavía existe, es el al que llamamos feminismos o mujeres en el Foro Social Mundial, y estamos ahorita en la preparación, más bien en la búsqueda de las compañeras que puedan acompañar de los diferentes continentes para el panel, ¿no? El panel que va por aquí de feminismos, movimientos de mujeres, defensa de derechos. Todavía no tenemos un nombre concreto, pero las compañeras, ayer estamos en esta consulta con compañeras para ver si pueden asistir. Es complicado porque bueno, estamos contra los tiempos, algunas sí podemos estar, pero de manera virtual. Vamos a hacer una búsqueda de compañeras creo que en Brasil, bueno, está Fátima, que también estuvo en la reunión, buscar algunas compañeras de Brasil, buscar algunas compañeras de Norteamérica, de Sudamérica, de África, bueno, las compañeras de Asia que van a preparar, bueno, es como un punto aparte, un gran foro, un foro de mujeres que va a estar casi toda la semana en diferentes actividades, pero yo les decía que tenemos que la tarea de organizar este panel. Ahí, bueno, no nos comunicamos cotidianamente por correo, sino estamos en el chat y nos encontramos por Zoom. Entonces yo creo que la próxima semana que acordamos reunirnos cada semana, la próxima semana deberíamos tener ya una idea general de quiénes van a participar para compartirlo, ¿no? Entonces, bueno, así es como vamos en esta preparación.
Gracias, Rosy. Hamouda, si tu es d'accord, et Paco, je vais laisser présenter tous les panels et après ça, on fait la période de questions. OK? Parce
Il n'y
qu'on
a pas
a
de
pas.
problème. Pas de
OK?
problème.
Donc, maintenant, c'est Fabien. Fabien,
Attendez.
ton micro, Fabien.
Voilà.
Tu as un problème de micro, Fabien?
Ça va là?
Oui, ça va.
Bon, désolé. Pour ce qui concerne le panel 3, nous sommes déjà mis à quelques-uns, mais on veut ouvrir très vite, si possible dès demain, par un groupe WhatsApp ou Telegram, je ne sais pas encore ce qu'on définira, pour amalgamer celles et ceux qui ont déjà, pour nous rejoindre. On a fait un texte qui est peut-être un peu long pour l'instant, il est sur 2 pages, une page et demie. Mais qui porte sur tellement de sujets que voilà, on a eu du mal un petit peu pour l'instant à le réduire. Il sera traduit en 2 autres langues, bien sûr, en espagnol et au moins en tout cas et en anglais. Et il permettra de lancer le débat. On a déjà quelques propositions d'intervenants, soit parce qu'ils sont sur place, notamment d'Afrique, soit qui pourront être en hybride. Et qui pourront nous rejoindre donc une forme hybride. Je pense qu'il faut imaginer qu'il y aura les 2 types d'intervenants obligatoirement si on veut avoir comment dire, une diversité d'interventions intercontinentales d'une part, comme l'a dit Patricia tout à l'heure, et qui débouche aussi sur des propositions, qui débouchent sur des projets qui alimentent à la fois le CI, puisque c'est l'objectif, d'alimenter le CI qui conclura, si je puis dire, ou qui viendra à l'issue de ce Forum social mondial, et en même temps qui nous apporte quelques réflexions sur le moyen terme. Donc voilà, et cela, ça permettra d'englober très vite, reste à faire en sorte que ce texte-là parvienne rapidement à tout le monde, notamment à Rita, qui ne l'a pas encore eu, mais je lui envoie tout à l'heure.
Merci, Fabien. Merci beaucoup. Il nous reste Léo Autor. C'est qui, Léo?
Tort?
No, Tort.
Tor. OK, Tor.
Yes, please. We have developed the concept and I will now send it in the chat so you all can. Oh, sorry. Did you hear me now? I hope so. We have translated our proposal into the languages Portuguese, French, and Spanish. You can see it in the chat. The idea is to bring the main movements, which is explicitly the International Trade Union, the Confederation, Via Campesina, International Peace Bureau, Fridays for Future, or Friends of the Earth, and an indigenous speaker. And with other words, see to that we have these mass movement present on all continents in our discussion. Furthermore, there's a short text also motivating this. But what we see as a very important thing is to have young speakers, and that is partly a problem. Maybe it will be solved because the International Peace Bureau has a very young executive director, and if Fridays for Future sees this as interesting. But our main concern is that we need a discussion in advance, and especially the possibility of online webinars in advance, where we can easily bring in any part of participation, including, for instance, Russia or Uruguay or whatsoever, because it's, as we know now, Zoom meetings is possible, and that would help having a broader geographic and generational participation, and would also help making propaganda for the World Social Forum. We have, it's in the proposal, what it will be possible, we don't really know. There is this idea to focus on rural, urban, the linkage global, local, and the question of the violence of today with these wars and so on. But what is specifically prepared already is on war specifically. But we will also start now this specific Saturday with an international session on people and peace, where Rosi Zuniga and the executive director of IPP will speak, and many others, including the leader of the Rojava movement and Ashish Kothari from India Global Tapestry Alternative, and present this prospect of World Social Forum for the Nordic countries and hopefully also wider audiences. And we will also link to a session on housing in the time of war and social and ecological crisis, where we'll bring together experiences on this connection to the daily problems of people, and not only sort of speak in general about peace and climate. But it is necessary, and we want to have a strong message saying disarmament is necessary for a social ecological transition, and we will try to start an online discussion before and during the World Social Forum, and a follow-up in terms of action to bringing all these movements together. Thank you. I will also put in the chat this session on Saturday that will come up, and we will inform you later about the Zoom link for this international session, People and Peace, on Saturday. Thank you.
Bon, merci, merci Thor. Je pense qu'on est passé toutes les panels. Et il y a 3 personnes, Hamouda, Paco et Rita, qui veulent en parler. Juste Hamouda, une question avant. Il nous reste 15 minutes de la réunion, on a un point encore. Donc, je vais demander un peu des interventions courtes pour qu'on puisse toucher même les 3e points aujourd'hui. Donc, Rita en premier.
Rapidamente, sim, estou no painel 3 e ali tínhamos liberdade de expressão. Deixa eu tirar a tradução aqui. Apareceu a tradução aqui. Bom, vou pedir para não falar junto, porque minha tradução aqui desapareceu. Eu queria lembrar que no painel 3 tínhamos liberdade de expressão. Nós pretendíamos, na comunicação com pessoas com quem conversei, tratar dessas questões do controle das plataformas, que vai ser um pouco complicado com tantos temas envolvendo democracia, racismo. Então, talvez seja mais importante a gente tratar do discurso de ódio que perpassa tudo. Perpassa a questão palestina, perpassa a questão da democracia, enfim, essa é acho que faríamos aí, e o debate da comunicação em si faríamos em uma atividade autogestionada. Eu queria fazer um comentário sobre alguns temas, por exemplo, do segundo dia, que junta paz, justiça climática, enfim, ele está bastante abrangente, talvez fosse, porque sobre Palestina será um debate focado na Palestina, e a questão da luta contra a indústria da guerra no mundo, eu não sei como que ela estará tratada nesse painel, se não seria o caso de termos um painel, esse painel em duas partes, queria que conversassem sobre isso, porque a luta contra a indústria da guerra, ela é muito importante hoje. E da forma como estamos organizados, a questão da Ucrânia não vai entrar na Palestina e também terá muito pouco espaço no debate que é sobre justiça climática. Ao mesmo tempo, justiça climática, justiça ambiental precisa de todo o debate. Então, tudo bem ser paz e justiça climática, mas precisamos também de paz e luta contra os armamentos. É isso que eu queria deixar como sugestão para que os organizadores do painel 2 pensassem, e, se for o caso, desdobrar em dois ou em duas partes. Obrigada.
Ok. Hamouda? Hamouda?
Oui, moi, c'est juste pour un peu donner une idée. L'idée des panels, c'est de faire impulser des débats, des réflexions, parce on n'est pas là pour trouver des solutions, mais on est là pour commencer un débat qu'il faudrait continuer par après. Le Népal va nous permettre de créer un agenda de travail pour l'année par rapport à tous ces panels. Et on n'est pas obligé d'avoir 5 panélistes. L'idée, c'est que 2, 3 personnes avec des questions, l'animateur ou l'animatrice qui va faire ce débat peut, après l'introduction, laisser le débat dans la salle pour que tout le monde puisse discuter. C'est pas un truc réponse. Ce n'est pas je vais parler, vous allez me donner des questions. C'est un débat où tout le monde a le droit de discuter avec des personnes qui prennent ça en note et que on continue notre débat sur l'année après sur ces questions-là. L'idée de ramasser des idées sur la question du racisme, la liberté d'expression dans le digital, dans les plateformes et tout ça, ils sont liés. Mais on peut avoir 3 approches. Une approche sur ce que tu viens de dire, Rita, et avec une approche sur la question du racisme, mais tout est lié au fond, sur la question de la démocratie, tout ça, tout est lié. Je pense que si les personnes qui s'occupent du document, qui nous envoient le plus tôt possible, et comme ça, avec Netra, on lui donne le calendrier des journées comme ça, que ce soit dans le programme le soir, débat, café débat, on l'appellera comme on veut, pour pouvoir discuter, impulser, avoir du débat, pour pouvoir continuer notre travail. C'est ça l'objectif. L'objectif, ce n'est pas d'avoir des personnes qui vont nous dire oui, puis après, on va leur donner des questions. Plutôt que nos amis du Népal, que des amis asiatiques, africains ou européens qui vont participer, participent aussi à ce débat-là et que le document soit envoyé avant avec ces questions-là. Je pense que c'est la meilleure façon d'aborder le truc parce que ce n'est pas juste des panels avec des gens qui vont parler puis qu'on va leur donner des questions. Voilà.
Merci, Hamouda. Paco.
Yes, we are going forward in the organization of the different meeting with the Nepali partner, and the main title is the project is Mountains in Peril, a World Assembly for People and Planet, Climate, Glacier, Mountain, Water, Agriculture, and People. That means that we will try to do 2 meetings, the 16. One should be collecting of the different manifestos that already are around on the Save the Mountain and the area. And the second is more, we can say, exchange of data scientific with the researcher, academic that will tell us how is the situation technically. And all the panel, of course, have a place open for the public that will be there. Third is this assembly that we want to do. We call assembly that we want to do the 17 in the afternoon, and to try also to have a link with outside Nepal. And these are the big theme that I told to you, and the idea is also to try to collect and to send maybe out a common document between all this organization and individual to summarize the job that are on that. So we start from the top of the mountain, cryosphere, the area where are the glass. In some places not on the top because it's the Antarctica or north, and then go down to decline the different situation like community, farmer, agriculture, water, and also how to see the adaptation and how also the civil society and social movement can push on the COP regarding the fund loss and damage of $1 billion that are just few million of euro or dollars right now. And so this is the quite ambitious 2 days jobs. And then the last day, the 18, we think to have, we propose to have, and that we have to see how to make convergence with other organization, movement, and this and that to do that. So now we are discussing many, quite every day, and we are going on. We have no funding for the moment, apart few organizations, but we, in one way or the other, some of us will reach Kathmandu, maybe with a bus. Bye.
Et merci, Paco. Et il reste Patricia et Thor. Et après, je pense qu'on va finir les interventions sur ce sujet-là, au moins pour parler rapidement du troisième point. Donc, Patricia.
Oui, moi, je voulais juste rebondir sur ce que Hamouda a dit. Je crois que c'est important, en effet, que ces panels, parce que des fois, c'est pas très clair pour tout le monde, que ces panels soient des moments de discussion et ne soient pas, comme Fabien le remettait aussi dans le chat, conçus comme une conférence. L'idée, c'est bien que on soit tous ensemble, alors peut-être introduits par 2 ou 3 intervenants, mais que ça soit vraiment un échange, un débat pour arriver, oui, peut-être un plan de travail là pour l'année en cours pour le FSM avec différentes étapes, différentes choses qui existent déjà au niveau régional, et que donc on conçoive ces panels comme ça, vraiment pour nourrir le CI et voir comment finalement ça aidera aussi, je crois, à préparer la réunion du CI qui aura lieu le 20 et le 21. Et vraiment, c'est cette idée de débat, je trouve que l'idée du café débat est peut-être, ou apéro débat, je ne sais pas, parce qu'il sera 18h, serait assez attirante, attractive ou attirante, je ne sais pas.
Merci, Patricia et Thor.
Okay. I think one have to be a bit aware of what actually movements who have the capacity of being present locally, nationally, and on all continents, how they debate at the present movement. And if you look at that, you can see very much that the movement gets closer and closer. One clear example of this is how Fridays for Future, who recently only discussed that we have to listen to the scientist, now suddenly says it's very important with solidarity with the Palestinians. That has caused, of course, a lot of criticism in some countries like Germany, etc. but not in Sweden. And in general, if you look, the same thing with Friends of the Earth, the International Peace Bureau, if you look at all the movements concerning the crisis with the COVID, people start to see very much the importance of the Via Campesina focus on the need for food sovereignty, the need for mutual aid locally, etc., etc. So there is a convergence going on in reality. And I think it's also very necessary to listen to these young voices. We have been able to do this during World Social Forum 2021 with 40% of the speakers young. And we've been able to bring together Attack, who is one of the most advanced when it comes to understand how the climate issue has to be linked to social issues. And also in Germany, very much understanding the need of addressing the war issue, etc. So there is this process going on, and certainly this is what we will do this Saturday. Secondly, I think we cannot change the mandate. There has been a mandate very clearly about peace and climate justice, and it's necessary to continue. We know all that you do not approach bigger organizations and then suddenly change everything. It is fully possible to do within 2 hours both the possibility of having a discussion and having 5 speakers as we propose. So I don't see the need for changing the idea we had, and we certainly agree with the need of presenting these ideas in advance, which we already have planned for and which we already start with. So I think we have to understand that it is important with these main movements. It is not only a sort of cafe. It is a lot of movements out there who understands that now we have to bring ourselves closer to each other, and we have to bring these movements to this discussion in Kathmandu. Thank you.
Merci, Thor. Donc, il nous reste 2 minutes. La réunion, malheureusement, ça a été très long, surtout la première partie, mais c'est important quand même. Donc, il nous reste les points de la réunion du CI qui aura lieu à la fin du FSM au Népal. Et, nous avons le secrétariat du CI à préparer une proposition d'ordre du jour, mais que je pense qu'on n'aurait pas le temps de la discuter ce matin. Et normalement, c'est le secrétariat qui va présenter la proposition d'ordre du jour, étant donné que c'est dans cette tâche, c'est préparer la réunion du CI. Il y a 2 personnes qui veulent participer pour cette réunion en particulier, donc c'est Pierre-Georges, puis Carpinda. Donc, on ne voit pas de problème, c'est juste que je ne sais pas, Hamouda, comment tu vois, mais je pense qu'on pourrait l'envoyer, la proposition, on pourrait fixer une autre réunion du secrétariat avec Carminda et Pierre pour participer.
Oui, je pense que c'est la meilleure façon, Marcella. Je pense qu'on fait la prochaine réunion du secrétariat en invitant Pierre-Georges et Carminda à la réunion et on fait la proposition automatiquement ensemble. Comme ça, on pourra l'envoyer. Mais le plus important pour nous, c'est aussi d'envoyer sur la liste, comme j'ai dit, je viens de préparer un document pour l'envoyer sur la liste du CI pour ceux qui viennent au conseil, comme ça, pour savoir les gens qui vont être en hybride et les gens qui vont être sur place. Parce que notre problème, si on fait en hybride, Netra, tout à l'heure, hier, il a envoyé un document où il montre les différentes heures par rapport à l'hybride, que c'est très difficile de tenir une réunion du CI pendant la journée avec l'hybride. Je donne un exemple. Il y a une réunion, si on le fait à 9 h le matin au Népal, si on commence, il est 4 h du matin à Casablanca. Je donne un exemple. Et ça va être comme ça pour tous les pays qui sont dans l'hémisphère de l'autre côté. Donc, ça va être difficile. Donc, c'est pour ça, discuter de ça par rapport à la réunion du CI. Donc, c'est important. Est-ce qu'on fait que ça et maintenir comment dirais-je, maintenir la réunion pendant la journée. Donc, il faut vraiment réfléchir à ça parce que ça va être très difficile pour faire ça. Shaima?
Oui, bonjour tout le monde, je vais parler en français. Je voulais juste me proposer aussi pour le groupe de préparation de la réunion du CI, si je peux rejoindre Carminda et Pierre-Georges. Voilà.
Ça marche. Désolé, l'Internet est parti. Je ne sais pas si quelqu'un avait pris
Non,
la
j'ai juste parlé à Marcella juste de la réunion. Est-ce qu'on l'a fait le jour, le soir? Shaima, tu es la bienvenue, mais on risque d'être à peu près beaucoup. Mais tu peux venir pour organiser avec nous la réunion. Il n'y a pas de souci pour
Oui.
ça. Il n'y a pas de souci.
OK, désolé pour l'Internet. C'est coupé. Donc, Fabien?
Oui, moi, deux choses. La première, c'est que je pense que de toutes les manières, s'assurer qu'à la réunion du secrétariat du CI, tous les continents soient bien représentés et par continent, qu'il y ait une diversité. Alors, l'Europe, on a l'Est et l'Ouest. Je pense que pour l'Afrique, il y a bien sûr le Maghreb, Ouachek, et il faut aussi qu'il y ait le subsaharien, et ainsi de suite pour l'Amérique du Nord, l'Amérique du Sud aussi, etc. Bref, il faut s'assurer vraiment qu'il y ait une bonne représentation. Après, ceux qui veulent s'y ajouter, c'est tant mieux. Le deuxième point, je pense qu'il faut absolument qu'on fasse de l'hybride. On ne peut pas avoir un CI qui ne soit reposé, qui ne repose, en tout cas un CI officiel. Donc, on peut imaginer que dans le CI, il y ait deux temps. Un temps qui soit un temps je dirais, de discussion qui pourrait être en fin d'après-midi entre membres du CI présents sur place. Mais il faut absolument, je ne sais pas si à 18h, 19h, 20h, au moins sur 2 heures ou 3 heures, un temps international en hybride. Et quitte à ce que l'on fasse le 19, le 20 et le 21, ce qui fait trois plages. Ou en tout cas le 20 et le 21, ou le 19 et le 20, ce qui nous donnerait au moins 6 heures en hybride international. Il faut qu'on arrive à tenir à peu près ça. Il faut qu'on voit techniquement parlant comment c'est possible et se donner cet objectif-là, parce que ce serait dommage que ce CI qui sera important, surtout après ce Forum social mondial, ne se fasse pas le plus largement possible au niveau intercontinental.
OK, donc Pierre,
Oui, je réagis un petit peu. Enfin, go to English. I'm reacting a bit on what he's saying. He said because I think there is an expectation. I think some organizations from Asia will want to participate as observers in this council. And so, even if it's only a kind of information discussion outside the hybrid moment with more inclusivity, I think it's important to give time to these people and explain what is the IC, this is the discussion that we will have in this meeting on the organizing of the agenda. But to think also of the people in Kathmandu that might want to be observers in the IC meeting. And so maybe we should have more time in the day about this, and then also plan some time in hybrid mode in the evening, as what said. But there are different needs and different expectations about this meeting, I think. It's not just, and also there is an overlap, because if you have the evening panel or whatever debate on 19th, you cannot have
there is
both.
nothing on 19. There is nothing on 19.
So there is only 15, 16, 17, 18.
18, yeah, 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
OK, donc le secrétariat, il y a une réunion les 12 la semaine prochaine, cette semaine, le vendredi. Peut-être à ce moment-là, on va discuter sur l'agenda. Et Hamouda, peut-être on va inviter les gens Pierre et Carminda et Chema, je pense que se sont offerts.
Oui.
Oui. Donc peut-être on pourrait le faire même vendredi prochain déjà. qu'on aurait la
Oui.
réunion secrétariat, pendant la réunion secrétariat, on va les inviter directement
Ouais.
pour en discuter sur l'agenda. Je pense que c'est tout pour le moment. Je vous dis aussi que le 6, c'est la prochaine réunion du Conseil international. Et donc, on se parle la semaine prochaine. Et voilà, je pense que c'est fini pour aujourd'hui. Bon, je voulais remercier les interprètes. Merci Rossi aussi encore pour avoir tout organisé ça. Puis merci à tout le monde. Puis à la semaine prochaine. Au revoir.
Donc, on va envoyer le lien à Pierre, Shaima et Carminda pour qu'ils nous
Carminda.
rejoignent.
Oui.
Quelle heure, juste pour, c'est à quelle heure
Sí,
la réunion?
solo falta indicar, las tenemos a las 7 de la mañana de México, Pierre.
À 2 heures, la même chose que
Sí,
maintenant.
y solo falta mencionar, Marcelo, no sé si lo mencionaste, no escuché, que la siguiente reunión del CI sería el 16 también, ¿no?
C'est à quelle heure
Sí,
la
la
réunion?
próxima.
Oui, Rossi, je le mencioné, lo dije varias veces. Ya está.
Perfecto.
Entonces,
Listo.
bueno.
Muchas
Ok.
gracias.
Et à
Nos
la
vemos.
prochaine, au 6. On se voit tout le monde le 6.
Ah,
Puis le
oui, j'ai
secrétariat.
juste un petit truc,
Oui.
un peu, par rapport à Tord. Il y a Massa Koné qui est avec nous, qui travaille sur la question de la souveraineté alimentaire et tout ça. Ça serait intéressant de le contacter par rapport au panel, parce que je sais que peut-être Massa va être à Népal. Et ça serait bien de mettre le lien avec Massa pour l'Afrique de l'Ouest, parce qu'il travaille sur le sujet. Voilà.
OK. Donc, 14, une suggestion de contacter Maza, qui sera au Népal sur la question de l'Afrique de l'Ouest, l'environnement. OK, donc,
Perfecto.
merci. Bye bye.
Chao, chao. Muchas gracias a los intérpretes. Nos vemos
Gracias,
próximamente.
Gracias,
merci.
intérpretes.
Merci aux
Merci.
interprètes.
Au revoir.
Chao, chao.
Thank you.